I have never been to the great state of Iowa, but I am so excited to be in community with the amazing leaders across the state. This is a really important topic in most of our lives. I think right now, in the climate that we're in with education, it has been a challenge. And so I know when I first started out as a principal, this is my 6th year as a building principal, but when I first started, my first year was COVID-19. That was my first year of the principalship, 2019, 2020. And it was nothing like I imagined. And then compound that with being new, it was so much to learn. And honestly, it was a very defeating first few years of my career. And I remember questioning whether or not I should even be in this role at all as a principal, because I felt that the skills that I had were not exactly lining up with what was needed at the time. It really became a low point for me in my career, both personally and professionally, because I just could not figure out what I should be doing or what was the best way to approach the principalship during all of these uncertain times. And so for me, it became personal that, I was struggling. That was the fact. Many people were struggling at that time. And I actually had to enter therapy to really think through what my next step should be professionally. Because here's what I knew. I knew I loved children. I knew I loved supporting staff. I knew I loved my school community. But I was just having a little bit of trouble getting over that hurdle of staying. And so once I went through that whole soul searching process, I decided to stay, but I knew I had to commit to doing the job in a different way. And that's really what my talk is going to be about. It's how can we, acknowledge the challenges that we have, but what commitments can we make to ourselves and to our staff and to our students that keeps us in one piece whole and keeps our schools in one piece. So that's really what my talk is about. How do we build that resilience? How do we find joy? There's so many wonderful things that are happening in each of our schools every single day. Are we lifting that up? Are we looking for those bright spots, or are we just focusing on what's not working? So that's something that I want to help people work through in terms of leadership, is finding those joyful moments, lifting them up, and really building that momentum forward to keep us going, to come back the next day. Because for me, building that momentum was one day at a time, especially during COVID. It was like, if I can find something to celebrate today, then I will get up tomorrow and come back to work. So that's a large part of what my talk will be about. Vulnerability is important because I think each of us throughout our careers, or even right now, are feeling a lot of pressure. We're feeling that anxiety around what's going to happen and what is currently happening. And building that community of like-minded leaders is so important. And that's why this Annual Conference is truly amazing, because it's going to be at the start of the school year, but who knows what's going to happen over the next couple months with staff shortages and budget cuts. So I think it's a perfect time to really come together to refocus and recommit to this work.
Absolutely.